So let me ask you a question. How much is XRP really worth? Now naturally people will have different answers to this question. Some may say that the value is equivalent to the market price, so around 22 or 3 cents per unit, and some may say higher on account of XRP's utility, while others may quote a figure far lower altogether or even think that XRP is worthless. Having talked to and debated with a number of people about XRP, some who thought that it was worthless and others who thought that XRP was worth many times its current market value, the thing that struck me most wasn't actually the values which people assigned to the crypto, but instead that every single person regardless of whether they were pro or negative on XRP, valued the unit in terms of US dollars. In other words, automatically without even thinking about it too much, everybody I've ever spoken to about XRP valued each unit in terms of US dollars. So before we get any further, if you're not yet a subscriber and you're a crypto investor or just interested in crypto, consider becoming one and hitting the bell to get instant access to all of our new content. And this really got me thinking, because imagine how strange it would be if instead of asking how much is XRP worth, I asked how much is a dollar worth, and then the people gave their own figures in Australian dollars or Japanese yen. Now if I were to pose this question, namely how much is a dollar worth, more than likely people would automatically think about what they could get for a dollar in terms of real products and services instead of thinking about how many units of any other currency they could get. And so this to me was solid evidence that people, including most crypto investors, do not yet see XRP as being a real currency. Having looked at the pros and cons of XRP in relation to traditional fiats, from a utility standpoint many of us would agree that XRP satisfies the characteristics of sound and effective money better than the dollar does. Yet still subconsciously we don't value XRP as a currency should be valued in terms of what we can get for that currency. We're still thinking about how many dollars we can get per unit, and so many investors are just obsessed with the exchange rate of XRP to US dollars. And personally I think that valuing the exchange rate of XRP to the dollar is like valuing the British pound to the Japanese yen. When somebody asks me how much I earn, I don't quote the value in any other currency, because any other currency doesn't really matter to me in terms of daily life. What matters to me is how useful the currency is and also what I can get for that currency in terms of the things I'm buying and using on a daily basis. So you see, the question how much is XRP really worth isn't a question of value in terms of dollars, it's a question of XRP's value in terms of believability. You see, if I ask the average person what gives the US dollar value, some may say the fact that it gives you the power to accumulate and buy things which people really want, like possessions and experiences. After all, nobody works for the dollars they're paid, they work for the things which they can buy with those dollars, or pounds, or yen for that matter. Actually, there is nothing intrinsically valuable about the dollar. We are long past a point in human history where currencies are backed by things of real value, and right now the major global fiat currencies aren't backed by anything but belief. People believe that the dollar which they are paid today can be saved and have a fairly predictable value in 5 or 10 years' time. We all know that inflation erodes the value of the dollar, and recently governments around the world have been using their printing presses like they're going out of fashion, but people have learned to live with it because they simply aren't aware that there can even be an alternative. Most people think that only government-issued currencies are real currencies, but to those people I ask, if the dollar is not backed by gold or anything else of value, then what makes it unique? The answer, I believe, is nothing. And so the only thing which the dollar has is believability, because inertia, the resistance to change, prohibits people from moving on quickly. But the thing is, as history has shown time and time again, inertia can only ever be a temporary barrier slowing the pace of change, but it can never stop that change from happening eventually. People still go out and buy their newspaper even though they can get the same news immediately online for free. And instead of getting it from 1 or 2 sources, we can get it from 5 sources to reduce the influence and spread of misinformation and bias. Getting news online is clearly superior to getting a newspaper from a utility standpoint, but people still do it. I believe that in the future, increasingly government currencies will have less and less believability just because they are produced by the government, and people will start to look at currencies more and more based upon their value proposition and not whether they are government approved or not. Now, if I am correct, and in the interest of being fully transparent, I want to let you all know that this is of course my own opinion, and I could be wrong. XRP and other digital currencies potentially stand to be the beneficiaries of change in terms of the transfer of value from traditional government-issued fiats to cryptos, on a scale that the world has never seen before. Now, we could dive a lot further into this topic, as there is a lot more which deserves to be shared. However, I'm not going to be doing that in this video, but I will be in the near future, so be sure to subscribe for that if you haven't yet done so. Thanks for watching.